So where the hell is January disappearing to? Nearly in February, and I've not done a video yet covering games coming out this year. Apart from hardware issues and the memory shortages, game wise, we're actually looking like it's going to be a decent year with some really big, massive games coming out. Things like GTA 6, obviously. Games like possibly Half-Life 3 is going to happen. Who knows? Could happen this year, guys. So, yeah, very excited about that. Anyway, enough speculation. Let us have a look at the games that we know are coming out in this year, 2026. So the first game on my list is a game called Blood of the Dawnwalker. This game is from the director of The Witcher 3, The Wild Hunt, and it definitely has the visual vibes of that game. It's set in medieval times, and from what I can gather, you play as this guy who's afflicted by vampirism, but he's not a full vampire. For some reason, I don't know exactly why, but he can walk around in the daytime and he essentially is human. But then once the sun goes down, he becomes a vampire, and he's got all the abilities and the movement abilities of a vampire. So that's kind of like the game's stick. So after that opening amazing cinematic that really draws you into the world, obviously the gameplay is key, and we did get a gameplay video late last year, but unfortunately it dampened my spirits a little bit with the game. There's a lot of walking around, very slow, monotonous exploration. I wanted to see a bit more action, and the combat itself, when we did see some, seemed a little bit clunky. And yeah, I'm going to hold my breath on this one, but I'm hoping it comes through because I just love the idea, and I love vampire games anyway. So yeah, a vampire game in the theme of, say, The Witcher 3. I mean, on paper, this is like a dream come true. So let's hope they manage to get it out and it is as good as it could be.
Here is an exclusive look at the beginning of the ascent of Mount Kami, the killer mountain.
So the next game on my list is a game called Karen, and this is actually out in 2 days on the 29th, and I cannot wait to get stuck into it. I've never really played that many climbing games, and I think the nearest thing I've played to this recently is probably Death Stranding 2. That kind of getting across rugged terrain or dealing with the elements, and yeah, this reminds me a little bit of that, but obviously in this game we're not going across landscapes, we're going up a mountain. I like the way the game presents the experience. You've got a what looks like a very authentic climbing system, like placing your hands in the right places and your feet in the right places. I did play the demo and I found the controls initially quite overwhelming, but then after a while I got used to how the game wants you to deal with certain situations, and it starts to feel intuitive and it starts to feel like second nature. I also like the fact there are survival mechanics. I know sometimes people roll their eyes because it's quite an overused thing these days, but I always like survival mechanics that are done well, like games like Green Hell and things like that, where it's quite authentic. Now, we've also got lots of other systems in the game. We've got barometers on the back of your back. You've got this little tiny robot or droid that's along to help you, and it's just like an amalgamation of lots of different kinds of ideas, and I really like it. There is a story involved. I'm not exactly sure how that will pan out, but from the mechanics of the game, I am definitely on board with this, and I cannot wait to review it. And this will be my first official review of 2026.
Even Sam Porter Bridges is jealous of this one.
It's almost a crime to turn down music to talk over this trailer. This trailer incorporates certain parts of the first trailer we got, which absolutely blew people away. Basically, the visuals, the style, it just exudes mystery and quality and this amazing world that you just want to get into and explore. Now, the big question in everyone's mind is, can the gameplay back up the visuals? Because obviously the visuals are just exquisite. I mean, just look at it. It's absolutely stunning. Now there are some combat sequences, and they look very stylized, like it's all like on rails. God, I hope it's not. I hope the gameplay is even a quarter of how this game looks, and I'll be happy with that. So while we're on the theme of games that look too good to be true, I thought I'd carry on with that theme and present Crimson Desert. This is from the same people that made Black Desert Online, and you'll probably notice straight away that same style of visuals. This originally was meant to be an MMO, and it sounded very interesting, and then they stripped away the MMO components, and they've now seemed to have retrofitted it into a single player game. You play as a guy called Cliff. Not the most obvious name for a hero, but I kind of like it. And yeah, it's just an amalgamation of lots of different things. And some of them don't seem to belong in the same game together. So yeah, I'm really interested to see what this one does. You've got dragons, you've got mechs, you've got mystical powers, you've got flight, you've got a really amazing parkour system. Some fantastic looking boss fights, like really cinematic. Would rival, I'd say, Black Myth Wukong, definitely. You've got holograms, you've got these massive islands up in the sky that you can then portal to and then dive off, like in Breath of the Wild. I love the way that you can like pick up pieces of paper and it looks really dynamic. Like there's one part where he rips off a poster off a wall, and then the game zooms in and you're actually looking at the poster in high definition. There's just so much in this game, and I'm just hoping it doesn't become a collection of things as opposed to one consistent game, if that makes any sense. But we'll see soon anyway. It's out in March, I believe, so not long to wait.
Something is coming. An intrusive pattern.
Remedy are the absolute masters of their craft, and they've made some fantastic games, really deep, visually impressive games. Control is probably my favourite so far. It puts you in this world that is absolutely brimming with menace and these horrific scenes that you come across. And it just makes you feel intimidated by being in this world. In terms of gameplay, it wasn't that revolutionary really. You could run around and jump and fire your weapon. The really fun part was the fact that the game felt like it was made of balsa wood. Everything around you just explodes, splinters, breaks apart in such a satisfying way, and that was the backdrop for the combat system. The enemies themselves are also very interesting to fight. You got lots of different ways of engaging with them, and yeah, I really enjoyed Control and all the DLC. Now we have the sequel to that game. But what's really interesting is they've headed in a more melee style of combat. So this is the main protagonist's brother. Your sister's gone missing, or she's gone AWOL, and for some reason you are now in control of this guy. And yeah, it just looks like such an amazing, interesting, visually deep world, and I cannot wait to see what the game has to offer.
Brace yourself. It's gonna get weirder.
Nothing lasts forever.
So back in the day, I really enjoyed games like Another World and Flashback, where you're looking at the game from the side and you're going from left to right usually. So when games like Limbo came along and then Inside, it really stirred up some memories of these older games, and I just love that visual style. So when Little Nightmares came along, it was an immediate hit with me. I just loved the way it made you feel tiny and helpless in this massive world of gigantic horrors, and you were really interested to find out where this story went and to try and save this little creature that you were in control of. Obviously, enough people bought the game and they started making a sequel, and I believe it's when they were making the sequel that Embracer Group bought their parent company. So they finished off Little Nightmares 2. I believe it was a success. I certainly enjoyed it. And then they set about making Reanimal, which is, I suppose, their way of going back to the genre they love the most, but at the same time taking this idea in a different direction and adding their own style. There is a demo on Steam at the moment, so if you fancy having a go at it, then that's the place to go. But yeah, looking forward to trying this one in 2026. Now, for this next game, you may be wondering why you can see someone doing knitting. Well, I'm just going to cover GTA 6 very quickly, because on my last video, I did 20 seconds of Red Dead Redemption 2. It was in the Steam sale, and I was saying to people, hey, go and buy this game, it's amazing. And Rockstar and Take-Two, they did a copyright claim on my entire video for 20 seconds of video footage of Red Dead Redemption 2 without any audio. So yeah, go fuck yourselves, and you don't get any visual marketing from me anymore. It's now knitting whenever it comes to Rockstar, so that's my new rule. But GTA 6 is coming out this year. It does look amazing. It's not a PC game, so not really my area on this channel, but obviously I want to mention GTA 6 because it does look like it could be the game of the generation.
I need to become more than a man. I need to become a symbol.
What did you have in mind?
Who are you? I'm Batman.
I think I'll always have a soft spot for the Lego games. Me and my son used to play quite a lot of them as he was growing up. It was a very accessible way to play co-op games on the couch with the PlayStation. And over the years, we've stopped playing them as much. But yeah, the idea of combining an Arkham game with the Lego framework is genius. I love it. And so this looks like exactly what we're going to get. The combat seems like it's got much more depth to it. And even things like you can fly around the city with a cape, the driving as well, driving the back car around. This looks like fantastic fan service, and as usual, they extract all these really cool moments from all the series and they put them into one game. They did a really good job with the last Star Wars game as well. So yeah, very much looking forward to trying this one out.
Oh, you think darkness is your ally. You merely adopted the dark. I was born in it, molded by... Ah! Who put that there?
Stay close. They're coming.
I know now that you're the one that I've been.
I've got really fond memories of playing the original Resident Evil on the first PlayStation. I had it set up in my room on a big CRTV television, and yeah, I spent like a whole summer playing that game right into Halloween. I must have finished it about 7 or 8 times. So the Resident Evil series for me has great nostalgic value, and I love where it went initially, but then the more action orientated games, they kind of lost me at that point. Now I do own all the games now on PC, so at some point I do fully intend on reviewing the entire series as it is today from a more modern perspective. And obviously the more modern games, they are themselves modern, so that'd be worth it. Now we have Resident Evil Requiem coming out, and I've been told, and from what I can see from the visuals, it looks like very much a return to the more survival horror elements of the original games. So we'll see where it goes. I don't know a great deal about it, so I'll just leave that there. But yeah, I think a lot of people, myself included, are looking forward to trying this one this year. And it's out soon as well. So the last game on my list of 2026 is a game called Planet of Lana 2. Now I've got a confession to make. I never actually played the original. I do own it, and it is on my backlog of games to play. So pretty soon I'm going to play that. Maybe even play it on the Steam Deck. I don't know. We'll see. But this sequel looks to be taking what the original did and take it forward in so many different ways. I just love how this game looks. I love how interesting they've made the character and the mechanics they're going to use to push the game forward. For example, you can take control of small creatures now, and they all have like abilities, and then you can use them abilities to create new pathways and things like that. So yeah, look forward to a review of the first game before this one comes out, and then I will obviously review this on release day when it comes out. Hopefully I'll get a review code and get that out to you before the actual game releases. So before you disappear, I just wanted to say I did fully intend to add some other games on the end of this video. Games that are not really new releases as such, but they've been in early access for quite a while, and this year they're going to hit 1.0. Two games in particular. One is called Enshrouded. You may have heard about it. It's like a crafting open world game based on voxels. A fantastic game, and it's due to finish 1.0 this year. And the other game is called Valheim, another like open world survival game with crafting and building and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, they're both due out this year, but I want to give them their own time on their own separate video, along with a few others that I think were worth mentioning. I suppose the elephant in the room really is Half-Life 3. Again, I'm going to cover it properly in its own separate video, but if the rumours are correct, we are actually going to get Half-Life 3 this year, and it may even coincide with the release of the Steam machine. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Thank you for watching my video to the end if you have done. I would love it if you would like and subscribe, but most of all, please comment, tell me games that you're looking forward to this year. If I get enough of them mentioned, I'll actually do a second video of games that other people mention, which would be really cool. But yeah, I hope you're all well, and I will speak to you on the next video.